Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric word, life, it means forever, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. The afterworld. A world of never-ending happiness. You can always see the sun, day or night. So when you call up that shrink in Beverly Hills, you know the one, doctor, everything will be alright. Instead of asking him how much of your time is left, ask him how much of your mind, baby. Cause in this life, things are much harder than in the afterworld. This life, you're on your own. And if the elevator tries to break you down, go crazy, punch a higher floor. You're living in. Take a look around. At least you got friends. I call my old lady for a friendly word. She picked up the phone, dropped it on the floor. It's all I heard. I'm not gonna let the elevator break us down. Oh no, let's go crazy. Let's get nuts. Let's look for the purple banana till they put us in the truck. Let's go. I'm excited. Don't know why. Maybe it's 'cause we're all gonna die. When we do, what's it all for? Better live now before the grim people come knocking on your door. Tell me, gonna let the elevator break us down. Oh no, let's go crazy. Let's get nuts. Look for the purple banana till they put us in the truck. Let's go. Come on, baby. Let's get nuts. Yeah. Let's go crazy. Gonna let the elevator break us down. Oh no, let's go crazy. I said let's go crazy. Let's go. Everything will be alright. Make everything go wrong. Feels without the feels will kill. Tough trouble. He's coming. He's coming.
Welcome. Good morning, everybody. I'm so excited to see you here. I'm going to give you a true confession this morning. I thought I was stage managing and I wasn't. So this is me in complete and total raw form. No makeup, not even a moisturizer or anything. But we're gonna have so much fun together. Abby, Natalie, welcome. Abby, welcome. I'm glad you guys enjoy being woken up. You guys are sweet. With Prince. So let's go ahead and dig in. Couple of housekeeping is that you need to make sure that chat is set to everyone so we can share those wonderful ideas. You guys are the best. I love my Sonder family. And just know by being here today, you are already entered into that self-care raffle. You don't need to do anything. And I'm super lucky to have Jen K here. If she wants to pop on, give a little wave. She's managing the chat today. She has having a lot of thunderstorms going on right now. So we're hoping if she does get disconnected, that would be why. You can't control the weather. What are you gonna do? So if you are on Instagram and you have not subscribed to Silk and Saunders Instagram page, you are in for a treat. That's where that mantra is coming from, on the right hand side. And I absolutely love it. The content is so beautiful and so good and so inspiring. So if you're not on there, that's like totally a great way. If you are new to Silk and Saunders, I would recommend having your cell phone nearby. If there's something that you love, a quote, examples that you just absolutely adore, I like to use my phone to take a quick picture, and that way I have it to be able to refer to. So let's dig in. So if you are unaware, this month is all about inspire. I love this theme. I don't know if I love it as much as last month's theme. I really enjoyed spontaneity, but I'm really digging inspire too. And I love this photo or little meme or whatever you want to call it, that feeling when someone tells you you inspire them. And it does, it makes you feel really awesome. I was listening to one of the daily rituals I guess it was last week, and it was talking about someone who really inspired you. And I thought, I'm so lucky that I literally had someone inspire me in Pilates class the other day. And I made sure to take the time to send her a text and say, hey, guess what, Brooke? I know it was hard for you to go into that intermediate class, and I found it so inspiring. So if you're not listening to those daily rituals, they are so good. That summer body one was awesome last week, as well as the vulnerability. So dig into those if you haven't. It's kind of fun to binge them if you have a little time. Sometimes when I'm on a commute, that's when I'll listen to some of those. I figure that doing something's better than nothing, even if I'm not putting that pen to paper. So our agenda today is we have our Inspire activity. We got our weekly setup, and then we're going to close it out. So if you have been with us at least a month, you know we have a new format for our weekly activities. And so we're making this beautiful mind map. And last week we talked about people that inspired us, characters, people dead, alive, the whole shebang. This week, we're talking about places that inspire you. And I'm going to tell you, because I threw this together very quickly as far as my example went, mine is not exactly beautiful. Last week's was much prettier with stickers and such. So last week, you can see I have that mind map. I have the people, living, dead. And this time over on the right, I have places that inspire me. So places for that, for me, I live in California, the redwoods. And I'm so lucky to be in walking distance of a few redwoods. Waterfalls I find very inspiring. Unfortunately, we don't have many of those right now, being in a drought, but I did live in New Zealand and I absolutely love that. Also, architecture very much inspires me, like the Eiffel Tower, really big things. So what are the places that inspire you? What do these places have in common? And for me, it's like that majestic sense of nature or man who, what it is that we're able to create, which I find is awesome. What does it say about you? Can you use this to fuel your month of inspiration? Now, I know I can't go to Paris this month and go see the Eiffel Tower in person, but maybe I can change my phone screensaver to something that I find inspiring, or my computer, or I can print out a sticker and put it in my journal or onto my mirror. So that's a way I'm going to use this information to inspire my week this week. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to give you some time to think about the places that inspire you, and we'll be right back. Share as much or as little as you want in the chat, but I am very interested to know what type of places that you are finding inspiring. Ooh, you guys are inspiring me. I love this so much. Um, I love that some of these are places like cities with the culture. It's making me hungry thinking about it. So maybe one of the things that you might inspire you is like if you do love that Cajun food, and who doesn't, honestly, it's so good. I'm from the Houston area, so always. Um, you could definitely like create a recipe. Amanda, totally, if you don't have a meditation app like Calm, I think you can go onto YouTube and you could hear the music of those sounds of the waterfalls and such. So really think about how can you use these places to inspire you. And for me, you guys inspired me. We have a secondhand bookstore in the downtown area, and I may just do a little cruise through there and enjoy it. And Amy, congratulations on your daughter getting married. So definitely use these things. Maybe if you live close to a beach and you love the beach, that you plan a morning walk one day, etc. But definitely enjoy being inspired by your environment and your surroundings. So we're going to dig into our weekly setup, which is why you're here today, right? So this is an example of mine. I'm going to break it down into categories and give you time to work on it. But here's an example: how I want to feel lighthearted, goals of 5 hours of Pilates teaching for my comprehensive certification, not the kind I get paid for reformer, learn 3 new Pilates moves, and to make the purple carrot feast. I have things that I wanted to do over on that left side. And it was really fun. I found a hip hop step class where you can download it, and I taught step in the 90s, and it's so much fun with good R&B music and such. And then you can see at the bottom that I want to hit those daily rituals. I want to do my own personal workouts, all the dog walks, getting the babies out. If you haven't seen, I adopted a pitty I posted pictures of her in Sonder Club on Saturday. So lost my sweet Petey, but I have gained a nice little Sylvia. So those dog walks are going to be super important. So I want you to think about how this week you want to feel. It could be any way you want to do it. You might do an acrostic poem like the one on the left. You might use a phrase, you might use a lyric, you might use stickers, all of those kinds of things. Jamie is a guy out of Houston. His name is Reggie C. And you can find, it's like $13 for you to be able to stream on-demand classes. So I'm like, yes, count me in. It's super, super fun. So how is it that you want to feel today? I'm going to put on a quick song. It's a short one, and I'm going to give you time and share in the chat how it is that you're feeling. Awesome. You guys are lighting me up. I am having such a good time with you this morning. Um, I love that some of you are wanting to feel restored. Some of you are wanting to feel healthy. That COVID definitely puts a damper on it. I know a lot of us have come down with it recently. Not so serious. I love all these ideas. And remember, there's no right or wrong way to feel. It's just how it is. And that's why we got that feelings wheel too, right? That we can kind of monitor. Are we meeting that expectation of how it is that we want to feel? So for me, I definitely want to feel inspired this week. And I'm going to actually create some goals around that, like visiting the bookstore, printing out some pictures to kind of put around to make me, maybe I'm going to stick some stickers on my mirror, like a little mini vision board and such. So now we're going to head into those weekly to-dos. Those can be a booger, I'm not gonna lie. And if you are someone that has to transfer some from last week over to this week, you are not alone. That happens to all of us, so don't feel bad about it. Now, one thing you could look at it is you could divide it into those three categories: need, want, hope, to-do list. So that's one way to think about it, but there's a lot of ways that you can reuse this space. I remember at a social, and maybe someone here was that person, and I think it's really smart that they put a sticky note over their weekly to-do so they don't feel overwhelmed when they're seeing it on the day-to-day. I thought that that was a really smart tip. But you could also divide it into quadrants of work, play, cleaning, whatever it is that you want to be able to do that fits your lifestyle. You could just mark it out, put a little washi tape or whatever on it, and use this as a to-do list of the things that you have accomplished. So instead of like, I need to do A, B, C, and D, as you do one of them, you jot it down and it's a really good feeling, right? It could be things that you don't want to do, like mindless scrolling. Oh, I'm so bad at that on Instagram. I just dive in and it's like, ooh, that's a cool new move for Pilates. And ooh, that's a really cool vegan meal that I want to cook. And yet I just go down that rabbit hole. Am I the only one? You could make it as a little mini bingo board, and that just adds a little bit of fun to the things that you want to do. It's, you know, like add some things that are fun in there, some things that you need to get done when you accomplish it. You put a sticker on it or cross it off with a little X. It just adds a little whimsy to your journal. And then there is an actual example of that need, want, hope over there on that left hand side. Sorry about that. So I'm going to let you guys work on your weekly to-dos, and I'm curious if you're repurposing. Let us know what are some of the things that you're wanting to accomplish, the things that are fun as well as the things that you need to get done. All right, I'll see you in a couple. All right. Welcome back, friends. Cheryl needs to eat more veggies and she wants to try out a stretch video and she wants to inspire others with daily compliments. And I love that. You could even use one of these spaces to write down what you complimented people on, and that mind body section might be a good place to be able to kind of reflect on that. I might end up stealing that one for the week. I think that's a wonderful one. And I love that Krista says that this is her self-care practice versus productivity. I keep my adulting to-dos in my phone. This is all about me. We all need a space to be able to do that. So awesome. I love it. And I'm just going to share with you really quickly that I gave myself a little retreat, a one-day retreat. I went and checked in. I posted pictures of me doing the core values and the journaling workshop at a local hotel. And I just took a night to myself, and it was all about me. And it was so fun. And I know not everybody has the luxury of doing that, but if you have time to be able to sit down and give yourself a day to reflect and journal, gosh, it can be just as refreshing as a European vacation. I'm not even kidding. It just lights you right back up. And what the reason I brought that up is if you do have the Calm app, they actually have little tiny stretching videos. And I used some of those while I was there in between the journaling, and they're like 5 or 6 minutes, very easy to do, super, super fun. So let's dig into these goals. Now, I want to give you a little grounding when we make these goals. Ooh, Kate, recommend a yoga instructor. You're going to definitely see that. I know a lot of people love Cassandra, and she does a daily one. You can subscribe to hers and I've done quite a few of her videos, and they're quite nice. I'm not a yogi, I'm a Pilates person, but I do enjoy hers. But I want you to think about when you're setting these goals of not what it is you think you should do, but like the things that are going to be inspiring with you. Nothing lasts forever. So live it up, drink it down, laugh it off, avoid the drama, take the chances, and never have regrets. Because at one point, everything you did was exactly what you wanted. So yeah, the bills still have to get paid. I understand that, but when you're making some of these goals, keep it in mind. I'm also going to give you some other tips on this one. And I stole this from I stole it from Jen O. So it should say June. I forgot to change that, but use your intention trackers. So look back when you're setting your habits this week at the intentions you set last week, or your habit tracker. So if you are not meeting those, maybe somehow you break it down into smaller chunks to use in your goals this week. Look at previous journals at ones that you have used in the past, and maybe you have an outstanding goal, or maybe it's all about, like Rosemary is doing like a fitness reset. So maybe you are focusing all around fitness or veggies or health or self-care. And you could create no goals of things that are going to make your life better, like no alcohol or no doom scrolling or only this many minutes on social media. I really struggle with that one. Or you can repurpose this: quotes, podcasts, movies, TV shows, things that you're welcoming for summer, songs of the week, explore 3 topics you want to know more about, 3 new recipes, bingo board. This can be your space. There's absolutely no right or wrong. Here's some fun examples here. I know that is very popular: delete, delegate, and delight. Maybe you're breaking it into mind, body, and work, or maybe you're doing more general goals of like protect my progress, protect my peace. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Think about what resonates with you today. It may be different than last week. So I'm going to give you some time. Feel free to let us know how you're using this space and what goals you're setting for yourself this week. Ooh, I'm feeling really inspired by you guys. I've actually added one on my list is that, and I know this definitely shows that I'm a Gen Xer and not a millennial, is that I want to change my screensavers on my phone and computer. So I got to learn how to do it. It's been a while. I have to relearn it. So, I'm definitely going to enjoy it. And Kendra, I definitely understand that scrolling. I've curated my feed so it's all positive, but it still can be an absolutely time suck. And I put a little timer on my phone and I'm just like 15 more minutes, 15 more minutes. And I need to stop doing that as well. Alexis says, I started with a lofty goal like self-care and added things I can do to achieve it, like a face mask, 7.5 steps a day, new recipe in the gym. I love that. That's so wonderful. Kendra's definitely thinking about limiting in the morning and the evening before bed. And I will go back to that Marilyn Monroe quote at the end. So if there's a screenshot that you guys want to be able to have at the very end today, I'll go back through and pull those back up. So habit activity. This is one that people really struggle with. What's the difference between the one you do on the monthly versus daily? The one of the monthly is usually things you want to do daily. These are ones that you might want to do 2 or 3 times, etc. And I like this quote. Today, I consciously choose to think loving thoughts, take compassion actions, and bring forth peaceful energy. So I really am like, ooh, that's powerful. So you can tell here that people, some of them are talking about all those self-care goals like meditation, how many steps, and they're circling in colors the days that they're expecting to do those. That might work for you or it might stress you out. So if that doesn't work for you, forget that tip, make this work for you. And you can, some people like to use 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Somehow it makes them feel more in control of it. All of these things. Krista says, random thought. One thing is that I felt liberating to me with this as I let go of the colored pencil stickers, markers for these sessions. I was putting pressure on myself to make every page perfect, just keeping it simple and find so much more enjoyment now. Krista, I absolutely love that. I pick one pen out for the journal, and then I just keep that one pen in here. And then I keep mine really brief as well. And then if I feel like it after, I just start adding those stickers. But this journal doesn't have to be a scrapbook. If you like it and it brings you pleasure and joy, go for it if that's your vibe. But it doesn't have to be that way to be able to work. Here, I noticed when you showed me your spread earlier, it inspired me to be okay with plate. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. Use what it is that works for you. Caitlin says, I've been covering up the goal numbers. It's free and I've actually done it more times. Great. I love this. I think it's absolutely fabulous to do it the way it is that you want. Now revisit those habits before you start going in. See if you need to break down some of those monthly habits into smaller chunks for the weekly. Look back at your intentions. Maybe there's an intention you're struggling with, and you could add that into your habits this week to be inspired. Okay. Let us know what it is that you are doing, and we'll be back in a couple. Awesome, guys. I don't know why it is so hard. I'm a few days behind on my daily ritual. I'm gonna admit that. I'm just gonna own it. Getting a new dog kind of threw me off my regular schedule, and this is gonna get me right back to it. So instead of being like, oh, this month I'm a failure, I just pick right back up where I left off. Um, I like to listen to her in the shower. I have a little waterproof speaker, and it gives me time to like, normally I'm in and out of the shower really fast, but since I'm listening to it, it's like, oh, I'm gonna exfoliate and I'm gonna, treat myself a little bit better. And so that's something that really works for me. Um, Alexa says the idea to not put a goal number is amazing. I love that. I'm trying it this week. A struggle for perfection is so rough. We're breaking up with the perfect, friends. We're breaking up with the perfect. Kendra says, I have exercised in daily ritual, but I am struggling for other ideas. What do you guys suggest? Well, some people are adding tidies is something you could add. Maybe it's steps, maybe it's things that you want to do, like I'm going to pack my lunch 4 days this week. So think about what your intentions are and see how you can make these help you attain those intentions you started earlier in the month, if that makes sense. So we're moving into that next section, and here's my example. So I'm using that section for a daily win to write down one thing that went really well for me that day, my mind, body, health. Some of it is things that are just really fun for me. Some of it is self-care items. And then I'm using my shopping list for not shopping, but my meal planning, since I repurposed my meal planning section. So however it is that you can make this journal work for you, do it. You don't have to fill out every space too. I know Jen K mentioned earlier, throw a big sticker over it if you need to. So meal plan. This one is probably the most popular for repurposing. Here's someone who is using it for their word of the day. Someone's doing it as a mood reflection. Someone's using it as a self-esteem journal. And then here's an example of what it actually can look like as well. Yeah, stickers are fun. If it makes it fun for you to open that journal, this should never be a sense of anxiety for you. This journal should be an outlet that's fun. And if lots of stickers, Cheryl, makes it fun for you, lots of stickers it is. And I do this so I can pay for my sticker habit. Okay, I'm going to give you a few minutes. Let us know how you're repurposing this area. All right. I really like the idea of meal planning, of writing down what it is that you eat. I think that's what I'm going to actually do this week as well. I noticed that after I had to put my sweet Petey to sleep a couple of weeks ago, that I have definitely been indulging in some overeating, some comfort food. So maybe this is just going to get me back on track. So thank you for sharing that. And if several of you are doing road trips, if you're in the car with someone else, how fun would it be to listen to those daily rituals and have a conversation with your partner, your kids, whoever, your friends, and discuss those things? Something I keep thinking too is somewhere in Silk and Sonder, someone said, you can't fix what you can't see. I'm tracking the junk I eat at work so I can visualize just how many empty things I'm eating. Abby, absolutely. So good. Yeah, I figure, is listening to the car as good as sitting down and journaling? No. But is it better than not doing it all? Absolutely. So make it work for you. And I'm very impressed that one of you are doing those daily journal prompts in this area from the app. Good for you. I'm a little envious. So mind body health plan, some ideas might be hydrating, sunscreen, affirmations, a beverage, brain dump, listen to your favorite song, savor dinner, unplug before bed. Sorry, guys. Fill out your gratitude log. Here are some beautiful examples of the way people have repurposed this. People they wanted to contact for each day, a reading log, doodles, mental health with the different types of rest, little journal prompts that she gave to herself, or using it as a workout. I know I need to grab water during the song. I will do that. Okay, so there's a lot of ways you can reuse this. Pick what works for you, and we will be back in a couple. Share how you're using this. All right, we got a lot of Wordle people in here that are using these spaces for that. So much fun. Cheryl's using it for her daily affirmation. Joanne is using it for her exercise plan. Caitlin's using it for a walking plan. And maybe you think when you're doing that, like, where can I walk that would be inspiring or a different path for me? Like, I can walk through some redwoods or find some of those things that definitely inspire. We're heading into our next section, which is the shopping list. A lot of people do use this for other things such as packing lists, etc. Here is an example of someone using it for dinner ideas, for chores, or things that they just want to remember to do for themselves. So I'm going to break this one with the loving too, and I think I may have a guest appearance in just a second. Oh no, she's on her way out again. My new little puppy is walking around. The loving, how it is that you're loving. And then I just want to share some general repurposing ideas that might inspire you. And even though you filled some of these out already, maybe make a note for next week. You could use this section for quotes, a packing list, word of the day, mindful activity, bedtime routine, morning routine, cleaning chart, mini bingo board, prayer list, drawings or doodles, tracking, caretaking habits or tasks, inventory what's in your kitchen so you're not spending extra money on food that's going to go to waste, wardrobe tracker, sleep activity tracker, pet task tracker, errand list, gift symptom tracker. Unfortunately, I've done that one quite a few times. Weekly playlist, that one's fun. Bills paid tracker, medication tracker for yourself or someone else. So you're going to be looking at that shopping list and the things that I am loving for this next section. All right, I'll be back in a couple. Okay, beautiful people. This is a very quick hour, I must admit. I am so glad to start being with you. I'm feeling very inspired from your wonderful ideas, and I hope you're feeling inspired too. And I'm still sprinkling in some of that spontaneity from last month too. So I'm trying to take what I learned from last month and apply it into this month as well. So please do share your ideas in the Sonder app. Take a picture of your weekly setup. You never know, you might inspire somebody else to try something that really works for them. If you are not a part of our Sonder fam on the app, this is the QR code. You open your camera, you hover it, and you're good to go. In addition, here is the QR code to be able to take that survey. We take it very seriously. We read those results, super important to us. You can also have that YouTube link for where they post all of these socials. It doesn't have the chat. It takes a couple of days to get up, but you cannot search for it. It's right there. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you're feeling as amazing as I am to conquer this Monday. And we're going to go out with Ace of Base. It's a beautiful life. I'll throw the link in for my playlist in just a minute. Thank you so much for being here and happy Monday. Oops, my Spotify just missed. There we go. Okay, I got it.